What's going on, guys? This is Channel TFD coming back with another video. We're going to talk about Nike. What exactly is Nike doing, and why are they holding back Caitlin Clark? This topic is up for discussion again, especially after Nike launched their huge pro-women campaign. If you dig into their Super Bowl commercial, you'll notice something interesting, or should I say frustrating. Nike, I have a question for you. You signed the most popular female athlete in the world, and instead of making her a priority, you've got her riding the bench in your marketing department. You signed Caitlin Clark and have done nothing significant with her. Well, that's not entirely true. You've done nothing for her. No commercials. No major social media campaigns. You're not even mentioning her in tweets. I don't think Nike's official basketball account tweeted about her once during the entire WNBA season. She's barely featured in your marketing, even in that pro-women video. Sure, she was included, but she wasn't the focus. She was just grouped in like an afterthought. Meanwhile, Paige Bueckers, who is still in college, already has a signature shoe. And before people start making excuses about how these things take time, let's look at history. LeBron James had his first signature shoe before he even played an NBA game. He was signed in May, and his shoe dropped in October. Caitlin Clark, who has more attention than any WNBA rookie, or arguably any player in WNBA history, should have been a marketing priority from day one. And let's be real, she has more name recognition than most male athletes at this point. But Nike doesn't seem to care. It feels like Nike took advice from the owner of the Washington Mystics, who absurdly claimed that Time magazine should have put every WNBA player on the cover instead of just Caitlin Clark. Because, apparently, individual success hurts feelings. Seriously? This is what we're doing now, Nike. This is why you're falling apart. Nike is out here handing out signature shoes to players that, let's be honest, don't have nearly the same demand. No disrespect to A'ja Wilson, but her shoe isn't something the masses are clamoring for. Caitlin Clark's demand is through the roof, and Nike is completely ignoring it. And then there's that commercial. You know the one. The pro-women ad with, what's her name again? Alright, I don't even remember because I stopped caring about Saturday Night Live years ago. But that's what we're getting instead of a major campaign around Caitlin Clark. Nike, it's time to wake up. Give the people what they want. We are getting there. Look no further than the latest commercial where they name the players shown on the shirts, but don't say Clark's name while showing her shirt. I, for one, am not buying anything from Nike. Good job, Nike, make it make sense. You can't mention the name of the player with the biggest fan base while marketing her shirt? How does that make sense? We're going to show you this, but I have to mute it because they've got copyrighted music playing in the background. YouTube could be a hassle with that, so let's just focus on the visuals. Right away, boom, selling greatness. First thing they highlight? A'ja Wilson, 3-time MVP. She gets most of the props. Then we've got Jordan, Juju, Sha'Carri Richardson, and on and on. And guess what? They mention all their names, every single one. Supposed to be hip and cool, right? Then there it is, Clark's jersey. But did they say Caitlin Clark's name? No, not once. They just skip right over it. There it is again, her jersey front and center, but still, no mention. They name everyone except Caitlin Clark. It's kind of wild when you think about it. That's a very deliberate snub. It starts with A'ja. Of course, she gets the most hype as a 3-time MVP and all that. But when it comes to Caitlin Clark, they literally show her shirt, but won't even say her name. It's so obvious. And honestly, I didn't even recognize A'ja's shirt at first glance. I've seen it before, so I know what it looks like, but if you showed me that without context, I wouldn't immediately know it was hers. Meanwhile, Caitlin's jersey is right there, front and center, but they refuse to acknowledge her. That's wild, man. Nike is treating Caitlin Clark like an extra in a movie, just standing in the background but not allowed to talk. Like, hey, you're here, but don't say anything. We don't want to upset the lead actors. Or maybe she's not quite an extra. Maybe she's that one character who steals every scene, even with just 3 words. And all the so-called stars? They can't handle it. They're insecure, jealous, narcissistic. They've never gotten the kind of love Caitlin has, and their 12 fans are even worse. So what does Nike do? Move her to the side. Push her to the back. Have her there, but don't put any focus on her. Can you imagine if, when the NBA signed Michael Jordan in the 80s, they said, nah, let's market Clyde Drexler instead? Let's make him the focus. No disrespect to Clyde the Glide, but come on, really? Seriously? And the website? No different. I thought, do I have that? Let me check. Yeah, here we go. Let's go through this real quick. So, here's how it starts. Wait, let me go back. It's only like a 5-second video, so I want to make sure you see it. First thing you get. Now, if you're on a bigger screen, you'll see more at once, but Caitlin Clark is like 4th or 5th under Nike Shop by athlete. The first one? A'ja Wilson. Then Sophia Smith, Sha'Carri Richardson, Jordan, and finally, Caitlin Clark. Seriously? Oh, and Sabrina's after her, by the way. That is absolutely wild. That's what they're pushing? That's their order? And just to be fair, I'd even put Sha'Carri Richardson and Sophia Smith ahead of Angel Reese. This isn't just about A'ja Wilson. It's about Nike making ridiculous choices from a pure business and marketing standpoint. Nike clearly fears backlash. That's the only explanation. Just like I said with the whole actor analogy. Nike is afraid of promoting Caitlin Clark too much because of certain fan bases, like A'ja Wilson's. They don't like how much attention Caitlin Clark gets. We've all seen the rants has been on about Clark since the start of the WNBA season. Same with Kelsey Plum. The way A'ja spoke to her was offensive. And let's be real, Clark's popularity isn't about anything other than her game. Meanwhile, A'ja? She's great, but she's not exciting to watch. She doesn't bring anything new to a league that was already struggling to draw interest. And as we're all finding out, every time she speaks, she becomes more and more unlikable. That's just the truth. She needs a PR team. She needs to reshape her image. She needs to make some changes. It's crazy, man. Nike doesn't get it. Caitlin Clark's popularity doesn't take anything away from other athletes. If anything, it lifts them up. It elevates the entire league. Just look at Indiana, Aaliyah Boston, Lexi Hull. They're landing new endorsements because of the Caitlin Clark effect. And don't get me wrong, they absolutely deserve those deals. They're great players, and they represent themselves well. They're exactly the type of athletes brands should want endorsing their products. But let's be real, the opportunities are coming because of Caitlin Clark. That's just a fact. Nike is struggling financially, down 33% in the past year, if I'm looking at this correctly. Let me check. Yeah, that's right. The chart is still loading, but anyway, Nike stock is down nearly 33% over the last year. That's absolutely wild. Let's break this down. At its high a year ago, it was around $102, and while it has bounced back a little, it's now sitting at $72, a massive drop. Nike stock is plummeting like a team that just lost its star player. Oh wait, they have a star player. They're just refusing to use her. That's like McDonald's saying, hey, we don't need to promote the Big Mac. Let's focus on the Filet-O-Fish. No, wait, even better. Let's focus on the fruit and salad. Because, yeah, that's totally why people go to McDonald's, right? Nike, you need to fix this. Get your house in order. Simple solution. Give Caitlin Clark her own signature shoe. Now, not later. Market her properly. Get her in commercials. I'm seeing Gatorade and State Farm ads all the time, but nothing from Nike. Use her popularity to boost the entire women's game and women's sports in general. You've done it before with Jordan. Why are you dropping the ball now? Fans will buy what they want to buy. Nike shouldn't try to force something that isn't there while ignoring what is. They have a gold mine with Caitlin Clark, and somehow they're ignoring it. That's ridiculous. Nike, wake up. Give the people what they want. Oh man, that was fun. And of course, people are going to say, oh, you're so angry. No, I'm not. I'm just making a point that I believe is 100% true, and I'm having a little fun while doing it. Anyway, here we go. Looking at the one-year chart now, and yeah, down almost 33%. Look at it from July. It was over $97, nearly $98, and now it's down to $72. And that's just since July. Absolutely wild. I'll leave it there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I really appreciate you. Don't forget like and subscribe for daily updates.